I have two exercises to improve your shoulder mobility. They both require that you have solid core stability and are using the muscles between your shoulder blades. So find your core, give me a good exhale, keep that engaged, and then try to tip your shoulder blades back and together so that you feel the muscles between the shoulder blades. A bit like this. We'll talk about this more in the future if you need it. So start here, shoulders set. I'm going to make a big circle with my arm, but it's going to be very meticulous in how we approach it. So you're isolating the shoulder girdle area. So with my free arm, I'm going to punch down to create tension in my core, lat, and through my shoulder so that nothing is going to shift or move. The arm that I'm working, pull it down, rotate the palm up. That rotation is really coming from the shoulder joint, not just the wrist and forearm. Take that arm slightly across your body until you take up all the tension in your shoulder, and then lift it straight up in front of you. At some point, it's going to become quite challenging to lift without lifting your shoulder, lifting your ribs, or arching your back. That's where I want you to stop. At this point, rotate your shoulder so that your pinky finger is now the highest point and your palm is outwards. From there, keep circling the arm back behind you without letting anything in your body cheat. Your arm is going to want to float to the side. Try to keep it behind you as much as is possible without pinching, pain, discomfort. At the bottom, rest, excuse me, and then reset. Core tight, shoulder back, palm out. Keep that arm close by your side. Now my thumb is leading, that helps to orient you. Lift that arm up. Once it gets pretty stiff and hard, pause, rotate. Pinky now is the leader, and then continue circling forward. As you come forward, that palm can continue rotating up to get more rotation in through your shoulder. Now, if you felt pain or discomfort, I want you to avoid that. You have two options. You could, instead of taking your arm directly overhead, you get a little farther out to the side, and as you get better, you can come closer to your body. Or just work the first half of the movement as high as you can, and then work the backward half as high as you can. So let's do the same arm, but I'm going to turn around and use the wall to guide me. And it's going to make me very aware of my compensations. So, abs, shoulder blades, create tension. I'm going to rotate that shoulder with the palm up. Lift the arm up as high as it will go. Whew. Once it gets pretty challenging, flip the rotation. So palm towards the wall, pinky finger leads. The wall is going to let me know if I'm moving away from my body. So imagine the wall is lava. You don't want to touch it. If you do touch it, then you may need to step a little farther from the wall. You can find the exact spot that is doable but challenging. Okay, reverse, shoulder back. Lift that arm up as high as you can without letting anything else in your body compensate. My thumb is up. When I get stuck, pause and reverse the rotation. So now the pinky finger is relatively leading. Then as you come forward, you can continue rotating so the palm comes up. All right, I'm going to show you one more time from this orientation. So, core, shoulder back, tension in the shoulders, rotate, lift. Pause, reverse the rotation, and continue circling back. Try to keep that arm as close to the body as possible. Just like a Ferris wheel. At the bottom, breathe, and then reverse. Palm out. Thumb is relatively leading here. Lift, keep that arm as close to you as possible. Pause, reverse the rotation, pinky finger leads. And come up and around. All right, let's do 3 rounds with the other arm. Tense up. The first side that you just worked on, core tight, shoulders plug back. Rotate your arm up, take it across your body. Lift up. The more tension you generate in your arm and in your body, the harder it's going to be, and the more strength you're going to develop. Pause, reverse the rotation, pinky finger leads, and continue back. Okay, reverse. Shoulder blade back, palm out. Use that thumb and lift. Once it gets hard, reverse the rotation. Pinky finger goes up, and then continue forward. We're definitely rotating in the harder of the 2 directions if you get confused. All right, so I'm going to try a variation. Now I'm going to punch with a fist. So I don't have my fingers to give me quite as much information about where my hand is, but try this if you feel like you have the motion, and you'll see it should make it more challenging. So rotate, palm, side of your fist out. That's going to lead you forward. Once it gets challenging, pause, reverse the rotation, and then continue rotating back behind you. At the bottom, pause, reverse, shoulder opens, palm out. Lift with your thumb side of your fist. Once it gets challenging, pause, reverse the hardest way possible, and come all the way up, cross in front of your body, and lower. Got one more. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. Palm forward, reach. So if you haven't already, try against the wall. Notice if you can be as close to the wall on this side as you can the other side. Pause, reverse the rotation, continue circling back behind you. Notice how my arm wants to float away from my body out this way. I try to keep it back behind me without rotating my ribs. Whole body workout. Rotate, lift behind you. Pause, pinky finger side up. Reach all the way around. And finish. Oh, how do your shoulders feel now? Warmed up, mobile, strong?